So I have been asked this question by multiple persons on multiple different occasions about what is XMPP. So XMPP stands for Extensible Messaging Presence Protocol. Uh, it is kind of a protocol which is very similar to WhatsApp. In fact, WhatsApp started as an XMPP server for something for a server called eJabberD, which is still used today. It uses something called Erlang to manage these things called XMPP extensions. Basically, WhatsApp grew out of Erlang, so they started using Erlang, but their architecture grew out of it. So now they use something which is akin to XMPP, but it is very different. So the thing with XMPP is it is a uh, uh, chatting and messaging protocol which uses XML, which is a markup language very similar to HTML, which is again a markup language. What we have here is we have a server, and then we have some clients. And suppose there is this person X who has an account on my server called xmpp.namish.xyz, and he wants to talk to someone on either my friend server or maybe some global server. So basically this protocol XMPP has something called federation built into it. So what he can do is he can, if he knows the JID, which is like the ID of that user, and JID is actually very similar to another messaging protocol called email. So if this person X on my server knows the JID of some other person, maybe on this route or any other server, and if my server is federated, he can basically talk to the person on other server. You can think of it like suppose we have a person on WhatsApp, and he can basically talk to someone on Telegram. It is maybe similar to that, but not really, because the thing with Telegram is I don't really know if it uses XMPP or something like that in the back. Uh, so now I would like to talk about XMPP clients. So XMPP clients are like these programs on different platforms which you can use to contact users on these servers. So basically on Android we have monocles, we have conversations, and actually I was using conversations on my server for no my Android phone. And if you are on something like Linux, or I am not sure if Gajim is available on, so it's all about XMPP. And at the end I would say, if you have never hosted an XMPP server, you can get started very easily with I would suggest you get started with an XMPP server called Prosody, because the configuration is in Lua, and you can make extensions for that XMPP server in Lua itself. But if you are masochistic and you want to use something like eJabberD, which in itself is very scalable, and I'm sure if you have something like 500 or 600 users on your server, you can use eJabberD, no problem. And at last we have an XMPP server called OpenFire. I would suggest you to stay away from it, because first of all it is super complex, as well as I'm not really sure if it has the amount of extensions that Prosody or even eJabberD can offer. The thing with Prosody is I'm not sure, but it also has a turn server, which if you set up, you will have a video calling feature on almost 90% of the devices here in India at least. So this was all about XMPP. I hope if you had any kind of doubts about what is XMPP, what is this ghastly Indian thing that people keep talking about, that nerds keep bullying me about. So I almost forgot about a very important thing in XMPP, and that is end-to-end encryption. How does XMPP handle end-to-end encryption? And as we all know that XMPP is a real-time instant messaging protocol. So how do we handle end-to-end encryption? So basically we have three modes of using end-to-end encryption on XMPP. Hopefully three, because if there is some other inane method I do not know of, I'm basically sorry. So first of all we have plain text. If hopefully you are using SSL in 2025, because getting SSL certificate using Let's Encrypt is almost so easy, even a dummy could do it. So basically, if you are using an SSL certificate, everything is basically encrypted in transit. Even on IRC, almost everything is encrypted in transit, because almost everyone defaults to using SSL nowadays. That's basically the new norm. Everyone uses SSL. So after SSL, we have something called OMEMO fingerprints. Think about your fingerprints and your friend's fingerprints. You basically blind trust his fingerprints when you send your first message. And suppose if you have ever used this thing called PGP, which stands for pretty good privacy, and there is this PGP client called, I am not sure if it's called client in the usual sense, but I'm sure it is client. Okay, so GPG stands for GNU Privacy Guard. So what we have here is we have something called your friend's public fingerprints, and you basically encrypt a message using those fingerprints, and only your friend can decrypt those messages. And you also have your fingerprints, so the messages that he wants to send to you are encrypted using your public OMEMO fingerprints. And this is how XMPP handles end-to-end encryption. And if you are uh, more privacy centric, or even more paranoid, you can use something like PGP public key, GPG key pairs. So this was all about end-to-end encryption. I'm hopeful that you understood it.